This film is more of a romantic sadmedy. I coined the new word sadmedy. It's probably not new because this was supposed to be, it felt like a romantic comedy. At least that's how it sort of was sold in the trailers. I was ready for a comedy and I got in there and it was a sadmedy. I'm not saying sadmedy is bad. It was just super unexpected. I didn't know I was about to embark on such a journey.
This isn't how our story was supposed to end. But meeting you in the first place was the plot twist I never expected.
Today we're going to be talking about, spoiler alert, a lot of people didn't know this movie actually existed. They don't even know it's in cinemas right now. So maybe you're watching on streaming, I don't know where you are, but this movie went very much under the radar. So we're going to talk about what's it about, how does it feel, the best thing about it, the worst thing about it, can you use your mobile phone while you're watching it? Should you even watch this film? So this film jumps straight into telling you that someone has cancer and will die from it. And that's the spoiler alert aspect of the whole thing. It follows Michael Ausiello, played by Jim Parsons, who's a high-budget TV writer, movie writer. I'm sure he can do both. He reluctantly goes to a boys' night out at a club where the theme was to dress like jocks. He eyeballs another handsome fella from across the room, played by Ben Aldridge, which on a side note has 2 movies right now in cinemas, Knock at the Cabin and this one that I'm reviewing right now. You could also go watch a review for Knock at the Cabin. It was love at first sight for them. They went to dinner and it went well. They got home and got horizontal about it, and then they realized this is not a random hookup for both of them, and they liked each other and were falling in love. So they thought, you know what's a good idea? Let's just move in together, which is always a recipe for disaster. So at this point, they resent each other, well, slightly resent each other, but they still love and respect each other as well. So they decide to separate and, but still keep in touch, which they did. One day, Kit tells Michael there's a pain in his rectum.
Kit, what is going on? Are you all right?
Calm down off the ledge, Mike. I'm seeing a doctor tomorrow.
Let me help you with this one. This is a true story and this did happen. So it's not a tongue-in-cheek moment.
I'm afraid the news isn't good.
So he had the pain checked out and it turns out to be cancer, and it had progressed to stage 4. So Kit moves back in with Michael as Michael insisted so he can take care of him. And that's pretty much where the emotional sadmedy aspect of this whole thing starts, up until, well, spoiler alert. This movie, it feels like Bros meets A Fault in Our Skies. If you like Bros and thought it was a hilarious movie, then you should watch this one so it can pretty much even you out immediately. I cried a little bit, but like, man tears. A little something like this. But not too much, but just enough. It is a tearjerker, like it does get you. Little tough guy tears. Don't want to embarrass myself in front of everyone. The best thing about this film is that it starts off telling you what the film is about. And then it takes you through this whole journey to get you to fall in love with these people and feel for them. It gives you basically a backstory about these people and leads you on a happy journey, well, till spoiler alert. So yeah, that was pretty cool in an awful way. Because this film is a true story written by Michael Ausiello, who is the writer of this film, but also the name of the lead character, there is actual real footage of the real Kit on his last days blowing a bubble somewhere in New Jersey, and it just felt authentic and nice. So whoever Kit is, I feel like his story was well told, and wherever they are, I hope they found peace and are happy, because cancer fucking sucks. I learned an acronym, FFK, former fat kid, which led me to coin one for myself, current fat kid. I also like that the pacing of this film is very calm. The cinematography is very neat and smooth. That's a thing I'm into. The worst thing about this film is waiting for the other shoe to drop whilst this movie goes at a very constant, steady pace. But you always know that there is a spoiler about to come. I mean, this is actually not a bad thing about this film. It's just that, I guess, you get so invested in the authenticity that you kind of feel like, oh, something bad is gonna happen. And you just think about that through the entire film. And that puts me, or gives me a bit of anxiety. Can you watch this film while playing with your mobile phone? Yes, you definitely can. The subject matter is pretty heavy, and sometimes I feel as though you don't want to entirely be present to watch it because you might feel as sad as I felt watching the film. But however, it's nice if you pay attention to the film because that's what it was made for. I'm sure it feels like you're paying respects to the to the characters and also the writer of this film because it's very human. Did you watch it? Not really, unless you want to feel something heavy and or see Jim Parsons not be Sheldon for a little while.
Oh yeah.
That's my 2 cents.